Welcome back, everyone. Aaron, South Bay Grading here. Today, I want to go over a little bit of Bluebeam with you guys. So here we have an exhibit that Tilton Pacific sent me of the Blossom Hill Public Storage Project in San Jose. This storage facility burnt down. This one partially burnt down. All this orange color is asphalt driveway. These other green buildings weren't touched by the fire. So what they asked was for a site assessment, and basically they're going to demo all this asphalt right here out. They wanted to know how much of this asphalt is salvageable and can be slurry sealed. So I went out there and took a bunch of pictures. It's pretty cracked up. So I kind of got my measurements, and then I put together an exhibit, which is here. So here we have the same exact exhibit that I used our handy dandy snipping tool to drop photos of what certain areas look like into Bluebeam, so that I can walk their project manager through, here's, like, for example, let's go look at this area right here. See how alligator cracked this is? All that, you try to slurry seal that, it's just going to come back up after about a year. So I'm recommending we demolish all this asphalt. So I basically walked the loop through here, and then if you look over here, it's nice and smooth. You can slurry this. So basically, all this pink color that I highlighted and measured, about 17,000 square feet, is going to be full replacement, a full section replacement. This dark purple is slurry seal. So I'm saying, yeah, you can salvage this asphalt, but this asphalt you cannot salvage. And then the red is just straight demo. They're putting concrete parking stalls in here, and this little slot right here is a valley gutter for stormwater flow. So page 2 of the exhibit, let me go back to this. So just this little snipping tool is pretty amazing. If you don't know how to use it, the Windows button and S will pull up snipping tool. You hit the plus button here, and then you basically it's a screenshot. You take a screenshot, Microsoft or Windows automatically copies it, then you can flip over to your PDF and hit Control V. I gotta click on the page first, Control V, and there you go, your photo's in there, and you can shrink it down to size, plop it in wherever you want. I already have this photo in there, so that's essentially what I did with all these. And I drew an arrow pointing to where this picture is on the plan. Over here, where they want us to hydrojet all the storm drain inlets. So I went around, I counted them using the Rev Cloud function. That's just tapping C on your keyboard. So if I tap C and I draw a box, boom, Rev Cloud, there you go. Same thing with A for arrow. Whoops, so I can stretch that out. There's arrow, you can see. So a bunch of storm drains, we're gonna blast out with water and scope them with a camera to make sure they're all cleaned out. Next step is here. Bollards, existing bollards. So bollard, if you don't know, is a steel post filled with concrete, embedded into a concrete footing. Let's go here. Looks like this cross-sectionally. So you got a concrete footing here, big post slammed in there, and then you fill it with concrete. So they've got a bunch of bollards on site. They want any 4-inch bollard to be removed and replaced and beefed up to a 6-inch. So I went around, took photos of all the bollards. And basically, this is like a CYA document. I'm saying, okay, here's all the 4-inch bollards that I found on site. Please tell me, let me know you want me to take these out and replace them. So later on, if they want to throw in extras, I'm like, hey man, this was our line in the sand, and this is what we gave you a price on. So if you want to add more, by all means, but that means more dollars. So here's the site assessment of the existing bollards. There were 4 on the offsite, which is outside of the property line. So that's, public right away. I saw these bollards outside the property and I thought, well, might as well take a picture of that and show him where they are and ask if they want those replaced as well, because, why not? And then we have a bunch of new bollards going in. So I used the count tool, if I can get to it. The loom thing's in the way. Yeah. Well, there we go. So over here, if you go to the toolbox and you hit this little thing right here, you just, every time I click, this thing counts. So see how it's at 20. That's because I already counted 1, 2, 3 new bollards here, 4 through 9, and then 10 through 19. This right here is the actual bollard. So 19 new bollards. So I made a sheet for that. And then what else we got? Oh, striping. So after we do the asphalt, you've got a big blacktop with no parking stalls, so you have to stripe it. So they want to restore the existing striping that was out there. So this is going to go to my striper. So he's basically going to put back what they had. And then over here, they've got new parking stalls. So this, you've got an EV parking stall, an ADA parking stall with a little ADA sign, and then wheel stops. So I sent him this sheet, and then I went and found the details that show the layout. He kind of knows what to do, but it's best to be as thorough as possible. So this was just a quick overlay on the usefulness of Bluebeam in everyday construction office work, where you can kind of get your idea across, communicate how you see the scope of work looking, and then you can send it over, have them verify it, and then put a number to it. So I like sending all the information at once and not having 100 emails going back and forth, because that's hard to track later on. So anyway, we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.